Thank you so much for attending my presentation about Pokemon's amazing new threats. With Regulation Age getting rid of Legendary and Paradox Pokemon completely, many Pokemon that didn't see play before now have real places to shine. And since I'm going to Baltimore Regionals in exactly a week, talking about VGC seems like a good way to combine work and preparation. First up is Hisui and Decidueye. This Pokemon is legitimately solid in a doubles format even at first glance. A fine typing and good all-around stats help it get a lot done on both offense and defense. Scrappy is a fantastic ability too, letting its fighting moves hit ghost types and making the bird immune to Intimidate. This is especially nice against Gholdengo, who's normally a giant pain in the ass to handle. It has a lot of interesting sets, but strong ones tend to lean into damage. The idea that surprisingly rose to the top is actually focused around Scope Lens, giving it a heightened crit rate. And when combined with stab moves Leaf Blade and triple arrows, you're doing so half the time. This has the potential to be extremely deadly and is especially cool against metagame staple Archaludon. While often worse than the best in format Rillaboom, Hisui and Decidueye can put in some serious work. Next, we'll talk about another powerful Hisuian Pokemon, Zoroark. Barring anything else, its basic traits are pretty strong. The type combo of Normal Ghost is completely unique, providing both a fighting immunity and a ghost immunity, which is very powerful. Its stat line screams Fast Sweeper, which it can accomplish via Stab, Hyper Voice, and Shadow Ball, but Disguise is the main draw. I misspoke there, I actually meant to say Illusion, I just didn't catch the mistake in time, so you're gonna have to deal with this post-recording correction. Anyways, back to the video. This lets you pretend to be another Pokemon on your team with no indication that that's the case. I could see an Incineroar and expect Fake Out, but then oops, my switching Gholdengo is dead. Where this gets really deadly though is faking like you're a Pokemon that has very specific counterplay. You can probably see where we're going with this. Hard Trick Room teams tend to really take advantage of Zoro as anti-TR counterplay isn't prepared for fast spread damage output. My leads into side spam are not prepared to handle a big dumb idiot clicking massive buttons that I can't outspeed, and this creates problems. Finding safe ways to handle both ideas, especially when you can't tell if you've been outled, is very difficult. Hisuian Zoroark is pretty strong and also pretty frustrating for this reason. Consistent counterplay is not easy to execute. Stunjourner is a pretty stupid addition to this list, but I think it fits, so we'll talk about it here. With some awkward stats at best, I mean 20 fucking special defense and a bad typing, what could it do? The gimmick is Power Spot, giving all allies a 1.3 times boost to their attacks. The only reason it's even being considered right now is because of the absence of the Ruinous Quartet, in particular Champao and Chiyu. Without other passive damage multipliers, Stunjourner is a niche again. This guy is run on teams with insane offensive behemoths that aim to shit out damage. These are generally Choice Band, Terra Normal Dragonite, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Side Spam, or maybe even Hisui and Typhlosion. But in all honesty, Stunjourner isn't very good. This is a gimmick at best, and while we could see it place well sometimes, I'd be surprised to see the rock be a meta threat. The mere idea of it being usable is very cool though. Finally, we'll talk about Dondozo. With the power level going down dramatically, Dondozo has found itself with a new chance to wreak havoc, and it turns out that the fish being relevant introduces a whole lot of counterplay from teams trying to handle it. First, Haze is good again. This comes in many different forms, from Murkrow to the aforementioned Hisui and Decidueye. One of the strongest though is Primarina, who has become a top tier mon out of nowhere. With good bulk and damage output plus support, it's a very strong balance threat and possibly the best water type in the format right now. Unaware usage is also jumping, especially on Clefable. In past formats, Clefairy has actually been better using Eviolite, Friendguard, and Follow Me to enable sweepers, but Clefable can do this in a pretty similar way while also stopping Dozo via Unaware, ignoring all stat boosts. Sure, there are other users, but Clef support is unmatched. Finally, Pawmod is getting real usage again alongside Dondozo. This was actually seen in Regulation A, done to revive the fish using Revival Blessing and have another go at sweeping. And now, with everything else gone, it's back to do the same thing. Even though it's a pain to deal with, I'm excited to see what the archetype comes up with next. Dozo players are built different. In conclusion, the landscape of VGC is very quickly changing. With so many strong new strategies, finding the best one is difficult. Hopefully this video helped you all figure out what you wanted to run this format. Thank you so much for watching.